went to Lidl this morning and picked up all of their sourdough goodies. So first off, I got these sourdough crumpets. I picked those up because I love crumpets, so I'm excited to try those to see if the flavour's any different. I also got their white sourdough bloomer, which was £1.89. It looks a little bit smaller than some of the other loaves that I've got, but it looks nice. And then I also got the seeded loaf, which was £1.89. And that looks really good as well. So I'm going to cut these open and give them a try. First up, I'm going to start with the seeded loaf. Let's have a little look. Oh, it cuts very nicely. Let's have a look at the crumb. Oh, it's a very nice even crumb. The spring on that's really good. Okay, because some of the other seeded ones that I tried, they were very, very dense. So that's got a lovely crumb and it's nice and fluffy. So let's try a little bit and see what it tastes like. Cuts really nicely, that's for sure. That's really nice. Oh, I'm impressed with that. That's incredibly fluffy. It doesn't have a very sour flavour to it, but the seeds and the nuts really do. So it's less sour flavour and more nutty flavour. That's very nice, and you can just see just how soft that is. I'm impressed with that. And I don't really like brown breads. I do like brown bread, but I wouldn't choose it. But I liked that one. So let's see whether or not the white one's any good. Oh, it's a bit tougher. That's interesting. They kind of switched around. This one's a bit tougher. Okay, this one I would say actually looks a little bit more like bread than sourdough bread. The holes, it's a very, very tight crumb. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. From seeing the crumb, I wasn't expecting that to be quite so soft and fluffy. Okay, we've got high hopes for this now. The outside crust is incredibly crunchy. That's where it was hard to cut, but once you actually get to the bread, it's not. So let's give it a try. It's nice. Not as nice as that one, which is strange because I prefer white bread. I would say that this, I'm going to try it without the butter actually, just out of curiosity. It almost has no sour flavour at all. So if you wanted sourdough style bread without the sour flavour, it's got like a hint of it, but not really. It's very nice. I would say that this tastes almost identical to like a standard French stick. It's got that same consistency and the same flavour, and then the hard crust. So just like a standard baguette that you might pick up at like Tesco's or Sainsbury's, it's nothing to do with sourdough. This tastes almost identical, so it's really nice. I really like it, but it's not sourdough. My opinion, obviously. Very nice though. As you can see, I've eaten like half a piece of it already. I'd have to say that that one is nicer, but it still doesn't have that same sour flavour that I was kind of expecting that I've had with the other loaves. Let's try the crumpet now. I've toasted the crumpet because I don't think you're supposed to eat crumpets raw. Never done that before, so I've toasted it up. I'm going to have a little bit without butter on it, and then I'm going to have a little bit with butter on it as well, because I'm not I don't know. Let's give it a try. You know, for scientific reasons and all that. It's a bit hot. Whew. That's very nice. Almost tastes a bit more like an English muffin than a crumpet, but then I've never really eaten crumpets without butter on them, so maybe that makes a difference. Very nice. Oh, I like that. But I like crumpets, so definitely got a much more sort of like doughy centre to it. Would I rush out and buy more crumpets with sourdough in them from Lidl? I'm not convinced. They feel a bit stodgier in the middle. There's not a particularly strong flavour from the sourdough. I think it was 89p for the packet, so you're not necessarily paying any extra. than maybe what crumpets might cost anyway. They've definitely got a very different texture. I almost taste a little bit like the middle bit isn't cooked properly. Does that make sense? Like, just feels a bit stodgier in the middle. It's nice, and I'll eat it. And I like it. Would I buy it again? I don't think so. I think I would just stick to normal crumpets, or maybe try my own, because it is something that I have wanted to try but just never quite got round to it because I've been too busy doing like butter reviews and stuff. But obviously that's really nice with jam on top. It is nice. Would I eat it again? Yes. Would I buy it again? Probably not. So that's my review of the products at Lidl. Although while I was looking, I did notice that they had sourdough pizzas and a few other sourdough things. So I think I might come back and do some more reviews on food associated with sourdough. So yeah, stick around. Loads more to come. We've got cheese, more butters, more supermarket baked bread. If there's anything else that we could put on sourdough that you'd like me to try, let me know, because I'm already then thinking things like chocolate spread and all the different spreads that you could put on sourdough, jams, cheeses, marmalades. The list is endless. I think I've got like 6 months worth of content coming up. So if you like really random food reviews, and especially food reviews that are associated with sourdough bread, this is the place to be.